I think you guys are on mute. Hang on one moment.
Hello, everyone. Sorry. That's a bit better. Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you, Roberta, for the intro there. Yeah, look, we're the team at Procuret, and we're going to be presenting some of our solutions today to the reseller network and talk more about our relationship with Alloy and how we're continuing to grow that. Just quickly, I might let Stefan introduce himself, and then I'll kick off.
Yeah, so I'm Stefan. I'm the CPO at Procuret, and my role here today is really to support and add, answer any questions that you guys have. Michael will be presenting and going through the presentation that we've prepared, but I'm here for support, and if there's anything else that I can do to add value and obviously answer your question, I will definitely jump on it.
No problems. Thank you, Stefan. And yeah, I'm sure if there's any difficult questions that I can answer, luckily I have Steph here. And my name's Michael, as mentioned as well. So I'm the partnerships manager here and work closely with the Alloy team as well as some of the resellers already. So, looking forward to really sharing our information with you guys and potentially seeing how that could fit into your businesses. So what I'll do is I'll actually share my screen. Just let me know if you can't see it. It should work. Just 1 second. So I think that's sharing now. So I'm just going to present into present mode. Okay. So I can't actually see the chat function. So just let me know if you can't see what we're presenting, and obviously we'll try figure it out. But yeah, look. So let's get started. And we are partners with Alloy at the moment here, and today's presentation is really to focus on more about how that relationship works, more about how Procuret, and a bit of history around who we are and what we do, and also talk about specifics around the solutions that Alloy has available through Procuret. Just a quick summary on who we are and where we started. So we've been around since 2018, and we do operate nationally at the moment. We have our distributors, resellers that we work with across Australia, and we are looking to grow that into New Zealand by the end of this year. What we do focus on is a completely smart and innovative, payment solution out there that will assist businesses with their invoicing and flexible payment arrangements. And right now we are focusing on only the B2B transaction space, specifically within the professional and essential services and ICT. And hardware distribution is definitely an area that we're continuing growing and we specialize in. So I won't go into too much detail, but essentially why we exist and how we came about is really within the ICT, B2B products and services payment space. There really was not too many alternatives outside, the big banks or credit cards and bank loan style processes. So there was really a need to have a look at this area, and that's really how we've really come about. We really look at, the Alloy relationship and the reseller relationship, and we think there is an opportunity to assist with offering a pain-free, fast, and also cash flow efficient way to of course make transactions, but also really look at the benefits of that transaction over different periods and different terms, and how we could really add value to that process. And essentially, what we've done was we've come to a completely online and pay installment solution that we're going to talk about in more detail just in a second. But essentially, what we've done is with Alloy and with the reseller network, we can really assist within the procurement or purchasing of products and services within that space. So I just want to talk about the key product features of what we actually have up and running right now. So first off, we do have the Alloy extended term solution that we offer. Now, what this is essentially an option to pay in installments to extend purchases, maybe smaller purchases that where resellers are just looking to have some flexible payment arrangements. And What that actually means is, you can access us either through through Alloy's EasyBuy platform, or through a link that can be provided to you either through any invoices or any proposals that you receive directly from Alloy. And how it all works is you have the option to look at some extended payment terms outside of what you may already have set up with Alloy, whether that be directly a payment upfront to receive the goods or services, or whether that be maybe a payment arrangement that you already have. There could be maybe 14 or 30-day terms, whatever that is. What we do, what this solution really does, is really give you the option to extend that. So we can look at invoices anywhere between $500 up to $60,000 as a one-off invoice amount. Now that can go up to potentially up to $200,000 over multiple invoices. So if you have multiple transactions, you can come back and look at that option. The extended term option really focuses on extending your current invoice that you have for Alloy. Now this can be a extension to 2 to 6 months if you're just looking for flexible payment arrangements and looking to really just pay that over a set period of time rather than having to forgo with that cash flow upfront. So that's the first solution that we have up and running. And when we really continue to build the relationship and understand how transactions potentially work through the reseller network in Alloy, we really saw that there was also a need to potentially look at longer terms. So this solution, we call it the Pay Installment solution. The details of what we can do remains relatively the same, of up to $60,000 as an invoice amount, and of course up to $200,000 as mentioned over multiple invoices. And why we found this product and this solution to be really effective is also because this really helps to really almost amortize the costs of purchasing off Alloy to match either projects that you may have going on, or to align that with your income generated through recurring revenue over set periods of time. For example, you might have some SMBs you work with, where those products or services you might not see returns until you obviously have payments coming in from a contract that you may have, or from when a project may finish. So having the option to go up to 36 months to align that with your recurring revenue and projects, definitely we saw a need for that, and that's why this solution also exists and is currently live as well. And it is as quick as 2 minutes. So both solutions, either the shorter term or the longer term, can be done in as quick as 2 minutes through an online process. And that can be even quicker once you have that set up the first time, to be as quick as 30 seconds after that.
So if I may just jump in for a sec, so the two differences between the two products that we've showed, so the first one, which is the extended term solution here, and the Pay Installment solution, is really just the term that we're offering. So a reminder on the extended term, where the value there is really for you to extend beyond the 30-day trade term that you may get from Alloy, and be able to extend that to 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, or 6 months. Whereas the other product here, which shares the same similar features to the extended term product, is it allows you to extend beyond the 6-month term up to 3 years. Now, the reason why we've opened both of them to the resellers of Alloy is we've had instances where resellers have come to us, have approached us and said, hey, the extended term product, which is this product again here, works, but really for a job that they were working on, they've realized that it made more sense for them to sign up to a 12-month plan as opposed to a 6 or 4-month plan. So the 12-month plan helped them match the cost of a project that they were working on. And this is why we've essentially opened both of those two products to the Alloy resellers. So that's really the differences between those two products, but the process of signing up is the same. Everything is online. It takes 2 minutes. Invoice value again from $500 up to $60,000. But as Michael mentioned, we are able to look at a total exposure of $200,000 on a case-by-case basis as well.
Perfect.
So moving on to the next one.
No problems. So I just want to call out a couple of really key features and I guess benefits of why this has already worked for a lot of resellers here that that are working with Alloy. Now, first off, it is actually great for budgeting. So you know, if you're receiving an invoice and instead of paying or forgoing that capital up front, and you want to budget that or use that cash flow into other areas of the business, this is a great tool to pay that over time, or pay that invoice, over time, depending on of course, you know, the term that's going to be suitable for the business. The other highlight, not highlight, but I guess the other big benefit here is, once again, it is completely online. So it is very different to a lot of traditional finance options where you may have to apply for bank credit or bank loans, and then obviously, you know, going through the actual typical bank process or financier process, whereas ours is completely online. It takes 2 minutes, and it allows you to, of course, take the benefit of really increasing that invoice value, potentially buy in bulk if there's seasonal discounts, if there's you know, obviously some cost benefits in purchasing bulk orders. Once again, that's available. If you do have credits already available with other financiers through credit cards, or once again bank loans, things like that, you know, you could, not maximizing those to the limits, you could also use Procuret through Alloy to of course assist with these one-off purchasing, and obviously preserve that credit limit for other areas of your business if needed. And then once again, especially for the longer term projects, you know, if there's a big telco installation or projects that's lasting 6 to 12 months, maybe more, where the benefit and of course the capital won't come back straight away, the option of extending over longer term is always great, and spreading that cost over longer terms will obviously assist your business in the short run.
And just to add again on that point of the preserving credit limit, so in the process of signing up, and we'll show you the different screens that you, or the process that you have to go through shortly, but we don't look at your credit limit. It's not a question that we ask as part of the sign up process, what existing credit limit you have with, you know, your traditional bank or financiers. The way we look at our product is we see you as the reseller needing to buy, let's call it stock or product or services from Alloy for the purpose of obviously conducting your business. And merely what you're doing is you are extending the term of that invoice beyond, you know, paying COD upfront or the 30-day. You are able to extend that to 2 and up to 6 months, or beyond that up to 3 years as well. So yeah, so we'll show you the sort of questions that we ask for, but as Michael mentioned, you know, there's no financials or bank statements that we ask for to be able to use Procuret. And once you've established a relationship with us, the process of repeating you know, subsequent purchase through Procuret is much faster. It takes about 30 seconds to pay with Procuret again. It's very similar to pretty much having entered your credit card once in a portal. You don't need to go and enter that credit card again. That sort of experience that we are offering once you've signed up to Procuret the first time.
Exactly. Once there's some familiarity.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I was clicking to the next slide because this will show how easy it is to access Procuret. Now, once again, there will be a specific Alloy link that you might find on invoices or proposals from your Alloy account manager or from the Alloy team. But if you also were transacting through the online EasyBuy portal, we are already live and available on there as well. So it's as easy as 3 steps to get started. Essentially, step 1 will just, once you go to your payment options, of course, you can see there just on the left, you know, you just have to choose the Pay Installment option. And then the second page will be also an email confirmation that gets sent to you. It'll be very specific to your request. And if you follow that steps there, it will lead you to the third step, which will actually be a payment screen page where you can actually enter your order number or invoice number, enter the amount of that invoice. Now, you do have to enter that full amount. Roberta did mention that to me, so just make sure that aligns. But other than that, you can choose the drop-down option, which will show you in the next screen as well, the different options you have, and it will show you exactly how much you'll be repaying over that set monthly term that you choose.
Yeah, so 3 simple steps. So you go into your EasyBuy account, you purchase as normal, you get to the payment page, you select Procuret, then you go to your email inbox, you get an email confirmation from Alloy. in that email confirmation, then we appear as a Pay Installment, which is in step 2, that's green button there, Pay Installment. When you click on that link, it then opens up step 3, which is the Alloy branded payment portal. And this is where the sign up process for Procuret starts. And if we were to move to the next step, this is a breakdown of the 5 simple, again, call it steps that you would need to go through to sign up to Procuret if you're a new customer of Procuret. Again, if you are an existing customer of Procuret, it's actually 2 screens that you have to go through. But for the purpose of today, we thought we'd show you what the process would be if you are a new customer. So there are 5 screens here, and at the end of on the 5th screen, that's the process completed. But Michael will walk you through each of one very quickly on the next slide.
That's real easy. So the first slide, as mentioned, will ask you for the main details of the invoice. This will just be an invoice or quote number to reference that particular transaction, and then an invoice amount. Now, it is quite a handy link already. So just so everyone knows, on this page, you can actually use it as a calculator. So even if you don't have an invoice right in front of you, or you're just curious to see how much a transaction might be broken down or how it all looks, this page can be used, to do that. The next page will just ask for information and specifically to the person that's using Procuret to pay the Alloy transaction. Now this obviously will just be basic details around, so we can identify you, so we know that it's not a bot potentially doing it, and then to making sure that we align that to obviously the business as well. You will see that you will have to have a look at the terms or privacy policy as well. So once again, that's something that we have to take. Feel free to click on those links when you have a look at everything. It will show you exactly what it all looks like, and that's also on our website, so that can be accessed at any time. The third screen, which will be the business details. So this will actually have some drop-down options as well. Once you start typing your business name, it will directly link to ABN, the ABN website, and it will actually bring up some recommendations on who that business might be. So that would definitely assist with the transaction process there. And then obviously just putting in your business details of your address. So after that, you will get to a card setup screen. Now here, it will actually give you 2 options. You can actually nominate a credit card or a bank card of some sort, or you can put in your direct debit details. So there's 2 options that you could do at this point. And then it will tell you exactly how much you'll be paying, and obviously how long the terms are, depending on what you chose on the first screen. So it's as simple as that. Once you get to the screen here, and then you should get a notification saying that everything everything has gone through, and we'll be in contact with you to assist further if there's anything else that we can assist with there. They will also ask you to create a Procuret password, so that will definitely help next time that you choose to use Procuret. It'll be a lot quicker, as mentioned. The first time takes about 2 minutes. Every time after that, once you do have an account, it could be as quick as 30 seconds because your details will already be on there. And we wanted to also play just a quick 90-second, almost like explainer / customer journey video. You'll pretty much go through what we've gone through, but it'll show you how quick it is and how easy it is to use the Procuret page. So I might just click on that quickly.
This is a demonstration of the Procuret installment product, which allows a business to pay a supplier invoice over time. A business may arrive at Procuret via a link on an invoice, in a text message, email, on a website, or some other method. Procuret automatically presents branding matching that of the supplier, including logos and colour palette. To begin, the business enters information describing the invoice to be paid. Businesses may choose from different payment terms and are presented with a graphical summary of their payments. Next, they enter contact information and affirm their acceptance of the Procuret privacy policy and terms of use. The customer phone number is confirmed, and Procuret then gathers identity information, allowing it to perform an automated identity verification of the transacting individual. At the 4th stage, Procuret collects the ABN and address of the business. Automated ABN lookup is provided for the convenience of the customer. Procuret uses the collected data to perform a fully automated credit check on the business. In most cases, our credit model has accepted or rejected the transaction before the customer has made it to the next stage. Finally, the customer chooses a payment method and the first payment is collected. The process is complete. The customer's payment method and details are saved, so the next time they transact, the process requires only 2 clicks. For any questions about Procuret, please write to us at hello.
So guys, so this video is really to show you a bit more detail of what the end-to-end flow, if you were to sign up to Procuret for the first time. As Michael mentioned, on the first screen, you would have noticed that there was the drop down with the different payment terms that we offer. You can definitely use that as a point of reference if you wanted to work out what the fee would be to extend payment on your invoice, and without committing to obviously going ahead with Procuret. So this way, it also helps you if you are, quoting on a project for one of your end client. You can also work out what our fee would be if you were to use Procuret to pay. So the process is pretty seamless. It's pretty fast. It did mention that we do a check, a credit check. That's usually on the entity, which is the business applying in that scenario there as well. And the user can either be the business owner or an authorized representative of the company as well, can go through that process. So either or, but the commercial check is done on the business itself. So if we were to move on to the next slide, I think Michael just put a scenario here.
Yeah, this is just a very straightforward scenario that might apply actually to some of the Alloy resellers already on the webinar. So for example, if we had John, who's a reseller of Alloy, and he's secured this big opportunity, and he manages a certain number of SMBs, and there's one specific SMB, where they're looking to make a bulk purchase. Now John, obviously, consulting with the SMB as well as consulting with his account manager from Alloy. Alloy would issue a $6,000 proposal / invoice for the goods and services of the either hardware or stock for John. Now John doesn't want to pay that up front because he can use that capital elsewhere. So John actually chooses to just click and pay over time to Alloy rather than having to forego that $6,000 capital right up front. And he doesn't want to lose the project either. So after that, as mentioned, once he goes through that 2-minute step, John then would just enter into a payment agreement with Procuret to pay $1,065 over 6 months, on which how that all works then Alloy would still disperse the goods to John straight away, so he can continue his business BAU, business as usual, and then we'll just enter into a payment arrangement with John. So that's just a very straightforward example of how this could all work. And we actually want to talk about how we really want to drive some opportunities within the busy period, because we understand for Alloy and in the financial year, this could be a very busy period for both the resellers and of course your businesses that you manage. So we actually wanted to run a sales promotion, a reseller bonus promotion for the rest of May and June. So what we wanted to do was, for any transactions coming through the Alloy reseller networks, anyone in resellers that are looking to transact with Alloy for any amounts over $3,500, there will actually be a gift, automatic gift that will come with it, which will be, the gift itself is valued over $110, which is just the item there. Nice set of headsets. So that's for level 1. And for level 2, if there was any transactions with the resellers looking to purchase of anything over $5,000 or more, there will actually be a gift valued at over $240, which is actually the 2 items there, which of course we can share, with everyone here and the wider team right after this, which is more specific information. But we were just looking to help, drive some activity and obviously maximize the busy period for everyone coming up. So of course we can share that in a bit more detail.
Really, those 2 promos or bonuses, guys, is really to welcome you resellers to Procuret as well. You obviously Alloy partners and reseller partners. So, but the intention behind the end of financial year promo, we know that it's a very busy time for you, and we know that there are opportunities for you to purchase, you know, in bulk potentially, or to cover future projects and jobs that you've got in the new financial year. So if there is a benefit for you to use Procuret to, you know, extend the payment of a bulk purchase or a larger purchase or any job, you know, we want to say thank you for obviously, you know, using our payment product. And this is why, in conjunction with Alloy, we've come up with those two bonus items there, or bonus levels. So, you know, if you want to substitute those bonuses for something else, I believe it can also be converted into a gift card, an Alloy gift card that you can use next time you purchase at Alloy as well. So hopefully that adds a lot of value there. So, and obviously, just to clarify and to make sure everyone is on the same page, these bonuses will be given to resellers who successfully go through our payment process and are successful at the end of that. So as we mentioned, we do a commercial check on the business to make sure that, you know, that business is credit worthy. That's just traditional to our business model. And if the payment is successful and the reseller is happy to go ahead, then this is where the bonus is given to them, which will be arranged through Alloy as well. Perfect. So yeah, that's it. So wrap up of the webinar and what we wanted to share with you guys. In terms of questions that you may have after this webinar, we'll answer questions shortly. I'm sure there might be some questions, but you know, any questions that you've got, please direct them to Roberta. And if there's anything else that we can add in terms of you know, any other questions that you may have that can't be covered by Roberta, then Michael is our man here. He'll be able to help you guys with those subsequent questions that you may have as well. But Roberta has kindly agreed to be the first point of call to answer any questions that you may have regarding Procuret beyond this webinar.
Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate your presenting there. So we'll just open up for some questions now before we finish up. Okay, just let me know if you've got a question. I think there's a hand, and we can put your hand up, and then we can unmute you. I think we're pretty right. Everybody seems to have. Your presentation was pretty thorough and pretty straightforward. I think it's answered everybody's questions there, so that's really good. Okay. All right. Look, if there are any questions, just please get in touch with me or your account manager. But the whole process, we've made it very, very simple. You're all familiar with either using EasyBuy or having received a quote from us and accepting a quote to order. In that process, where the payment options come up, that's where you'll see the option for the pay by installment, and then the app coming up, and that very, very straightforward 5 to 6 step process, which takes about a minute and then reverts back to the order going ahead, right, through to us to process. So we receive information from Procuret saying this has been approved, right? And from that perspective, we just dispatch the goods, right? So there's no need to hold up anything from there. So that, you know, is very, very straightforward. It's in alignment with our current buying process, and there's no speed hubs, you know, with regards to being able to utilise this. Hence why we've partnered with Procuret to make this as low a footprint as possible in the process of getting access to funds to be able to apply to the Alloy invoice or the procurement of the goods. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Any questions, Paul? Thank you, Michael and Stephen, for presenting this afternoon. Really appreciate it. If you are interested in using Procuret for your own customers and developing a relationship with Procuret directly, please feel free to contact Michael or Stephen directly. But anything related to the Alloy process and how we use Procuret and for getting funding for goods that we and services that we supply, then you can, come to me and talk to me. All right. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you.
problem.
Thanks, Roberta. Thanks
Have a
for
good afternoon.
Thank you, Roberta. Really appreciate it. Have a good day.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.